Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Friday or Black Friday to you. Hope you're being safe and sound out there if you are shopping for some, well, whatever it is you're shopping for, honestly. It can be a crazy day here in the States. I'm not sure if Black Friday is a thing in other countries. Let me know in the comments below. So take a look here at Dogecoin. We're going to look at some support levels and resistance levels, kind of identify just generally speaking where we're at. It does look favorable. I want to kind of highlight some positives and of course, make sure we just look at everything. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love teaching people to trade, I've got a website if you want to go ahead and become a better trader, cryptocash.tech. It's where you can register to become a significantly better trader. A lot of my members have been getting tremendously better in the overall sense of things, and I also send out signals, and you have access to my community where we all learn and grow together. Above and beyond all my private videos that I offer as well for teaching you that, we've took 98% profit day before yesterday from Bitcoin, and of course, a healthy 150% from BNB, roughly 7 days. Okay, so it took us 7 days to get that, and then only about 2 days for the Bitcoin trade. So again, things aren't moving super fast, but they're absolutely moving in an upward direction. And that's the important thing, right? You don't have to necessarily thrive, you have to survive bear markets, and that's the key. Very last thing too, to survive and to thrive, essentially, to become a better trader, you have to have a good exchange, and Bitget is absolutely the best exchange that I've ever used, and I can tell you that it's really worthwhile. If you to use my link in the description below to register, you'll always be eligible for my prize pool of $10,000 monthly. That will likely continue to increase as volume increases, but generally speaking, that is essentially the potential for that for this exchange. It's just really awesome. Be sure to check it out. A lot of my members took some healthy profits on profit and loss ratio and trading volume, and just really, really proud of how well everyone's doing right now. So taking a look here at Dogecoin, what we want to identify is some positive. First and foremost, let's highlight just some obvious stuff here. Dollar index is up, majority of the market is down. Okay, so most altcoins are getting hit where Dogecoin is jumping back. There's a great chance there's a fundamental catalyst, so be sure to check your Twitter feed to see if Elon Musk had sent something out here today. But generally speaking, on a technical standpoint, this is very positive. In other words, not necessarily the fact that the market is red and that Dogecoin is up, but what's positive is the fact that we have a support level and resistance levels that we want to look at and identify where we're at here presently. And what I mean by that is, first of all, let's go ahead and draw out our Fibonacci retracement levels and kind of see roughly what we're looking at there. And then what we also want to take a look at too is the RSI, because RSI is pretty huge when it comes to just breaking bullish or bearish. BNB did something similar as well, where it broke above 50 in the RSI. That's a very, very good sign. It really tells us we're above a key level resistance. So what I mean by that here is if we take a look at the daily, we haven't been over 50 on the RSI since November 8th. So it's been roughly 3 weeks in that sense, where we've been stuck underneath 50, basically telling us there that we're bearish in that sentiment. Okay. Now, if we take a look at the MACD as well, we can see we are soon to converge. Again, this isn't 100%. It may just turn itself around tomorrow. But again, generally speaking, when you have a convergence on the MACD, specifically on larger time frames, that's more of a significant trend reversal. Okay, so again, we are looking very good there in that sense. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. And same thing with RSI too. We haven't officially closed the candlestick yet today, so we can't get ahead of ourselves. But this is looking really good. If we got a closure above 50 on the RSI, specifically above this level here at about 8.6, then we're going to be looking pretty good. And just to kind of get perspective, what that 8.6 level is, it's a very, very strong resistance level from previous. When Dogecoin was doing well for the first time in 2021, we saw that level retested multiple times, and now we just broke above that. Once again, we haven't closed officially above it, but we're getting there. Okay, so a closure today, I think above 8.6 would prove to be positive, and the likelihood of a continuation to the upside seems higher. Again, that's essentially what I'm looking for. Obviously, on the midterm, we want to see kind of what the 4-hour looks like here. We can see there's been some decent strides. We came all the way down to a 9 on TD sequential, up to an 8, sideways action, and then now we're back up to a 5. So hypothetically, we do have another 20 to 24 more hours, or just say 20 to 36, 20 to 34 hours. Basically, a full day's worth of continuation of the upside as potential. So today, we should experience further upside from Dogecoin based on this sentiment here, in the sense that we have room left to run. Okay, we're not overextended. You got to keep in mind though, we are, and this seems contradictory, but we are overextended on the 4-hour as far as the RSI is concerned. So in other words, the continuation can continue, but we're hitting that resistance level at 70 on the RSI, and the likelihood of the price action pulling back is greater. So what I'd love to see, and of course we don't always get what we want, but I'd like to see the price come down to 8.6, consolidate, and essentially increase from there. There's a strong chance that we're going to see that based on that being a strong resistance level in the past. And of course, it also aligns itself with a Fibonacci retracement level too. So again, those are kind of two awesome things in that sense, but there's no doubt that we are a bit overextended, and a slight pullback would make sense. Okay, doesn't mean we have to, but we want to be prepared for it. And another reason why we want to prepare ourselves for that is because if we take a look at the TD sequential on the hourly, you can see we are 9 hours plus 2, so we're basically 11 hours into this continuation. So we've had basically and in case you didn't know this, I'm sorry, I kind of just jumped through this quickly sometimes. But TD sequential is basically taking the 4th previous candlestick and counting up to a 9 from there. Once you hit a 9, the likelihood of a pullback and or sideways action is greater. So once again, we may not see a strong pullback, but if we were to, it would probably stay in the range of 8.6 upwards of 9. So in that sense, we got this little range here where the price action will probably be stuck until it tries to retest this Fibonacci retracement level at 9 cents and continue higher. Okay, but for now, we are overextended on the hourly, and the likelihood of a slight pullback is greater. Okay, so I would say very, very short term, the micro, for lack of better terms, we should experience a slight pullback. And what we want to take a look at is the volume weighted average price too. We came outside of standard deviation, we're still holding within. You see here though, the volume weighted average price line is holding very strong at 8.6. So again, that's a very, very good sign. It's reiterating that confirmation of support. Okay. So again, for the most part, even though we're not extremely overextended to the upside, we have a nice amount of volume to reflect this price increase. So that really helps us understand that the price will likely stay where it's at versus tapering off. Because if you have low volume and high price, then there's extreme volatility there, and the likelihood of a sell-off is greater. You see that with a lot of altcoins, but larger coins with larger market capitalization like Dogecoin have an opportunity to be able to stay at that price point because there's enough volume to back that up, right? Again, unless a massive whale comes in here and just sells everything, the likelihood of the price action staying where it's at is very high. Let's take a look at the Ichimoku cloud. Go ahead and confirm that we have all green lights here to effectively keep our position open. And this, again, conservative indicator by all means, but I do not recommend shorting at this point. I would say perhaps buy the dip at 8.6. That might be a potential reality, but even though the price will likely pull back to that range, and there's a stronger likelihood of that, is it going to go lower than that? Probably not. I don't think we're going to see a price point under 8.6 unless Bitcoin takes a significant drop. Because again, we got to recognize that Bitcoin dominance is kind of drawing dead. It's pretty much even right now. Okay, so it really just tells us that even though Bitcoin's price has gone down a little bit concurrent with traditional markets, it's not absorbing. It's not altcoins like this aren't absorbing all the volume. This is likely a fundamental catalyst, and the great thing about it is, regardless of that sense, we're above a key level resistance now, tentatively, and if we can stay above 8.6. Just say for the next 24 hours, then I would say a long position would be much more viable from here. I'm more bullish on Dogecoin based on what I see here so far than I am bearish. Absolutely do not short Dogecoin for the moment. We want to kind of wait for the price action to pull back a little bit before it increases again. So there's a strong chance we'll see some green activity from Dogecoin this weekend. Again, let's get a closure above 8.6 and take it from there. That's essentially what I'm looking for. I hope that made sense to you, and obviously you can get some clarity regarding what I discussed here. If you want better clarity, of course, you want to become a better trader, I've got a lot of private videos here on my trading academy, and that's all through cryptocash.tech. Link in the description below. Make sure you use Bitget, register with that link as well, just to ensure you qualify for that prize pool monthly. Every single month moving forward, we're going to have that. Awesome, awesome stuff. Be sure to check that out. I look forward to working with you. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.